Hi, beautiful people. Thank you for being in this space with me, and welcome back to Nicole's Nook. Today, I want to share some wisdom with you all. So, I turned 26 at the top of January, January 7th, the best date on the calendar, okay? And I had been doing a year of reflection. I started reflecting when I turned 25, so a year ago. And I was like, man, I'm an adult. I'm done with college. I have my first big girl job. What have I learned? Like, what can I start to build the foundation of principle on based on the experiences that I've had? So, today I want to share some of this wonderful wisdom with you. So, I've added a couple extra, there will be some bonus ones. These are in no particular order. Let's get started. So, number one, sometimes the best way to clean something or even yourself is to sit and soak. And I want y'all to listen to that because we live in a shower society, we live in a dishwasher society, we live in a front load washing machine society that only uses a cup of water. Honey, sometimes the best way to get that funk out is to sit and soak, whether it be that pot, you, that shirt, them jeans, sit it and soak it. In my time of public bathroom experience, look at the toilet before you leave. Look at the toilet, look in the trash. As women, we come on our menses. You need to make sure that nobody knew and can tell what you did in that bathroom. And carry some spray with you. Not the perfume spray. Yes, to refresh yourself, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that toilet spray. Carry you a little bit with you. And I know for me, growing up, my mom always told me to squat over the toilet, even as a little girl. I've been squatting over public toilets all my life. Um, but if I'm in a setting at someone's home or like a more intimate bathroom, I will find the cleaning products and I will clean that seat before I do anything to it. And I'm gonna still lay my toilet paper down because I don't have the bladder control that I used to. Probably because all that public squatting I've been doing. Number three, talk to people and be kind. Go outside, get some sun. Yes, social media is cool, social media is fun. I myself love a good game, so I have a Switch and I do play games on there, but go outside, go see nature. The reason that so many of us are having issues with who we are, what is my purpose, is because you're in the house. You need to see outside to see where you fit into that mold. And with that, when you go outside, treat everybody the same. Be kind, regardless of someone's title, status, race, gender, any of that. You need to be treating every person you encounter with respect. And I know, like the golden rule, do unto others as you want them to do to you. I believe that that's the golden rule. I took that to heart. I saw that in third grade and took it to heart, honey. I make sure I don't say something to people that I wouldn't want them to say to me. I don't do things to people that I wouldn't want them to do to me. That is why I am not a certified crash out. I'm not doing anything to anybody I wouldn't want done back to Carrie. If you don't like someone or something, don't talk about it. Don't interact with it because you don't like it. Remember? It's that the tongue is a weapon, okay? And when you start to interact with that tongue and use it, the reason that you're always surrounded by people that you don't like and things you don't like is because you talk about it. You're attracting that to you. Let it go. Don't talk about it. And if it's a person and you have to be in the same proximity with them, um, like I said, human decency. Treat everybody the same. Treat everybody kind because we're all humans. God made us all in His image, and everybody deserves human decency. But you ain't got to interact with them at all. Number five, learn to think critically and strategically. We can read all the self help books we want, we can read one every day, but if you don't know how to strategize and think for yourself, it's not gonna work. And I think the reason that a lot of people feel like these self-help books aren't answering that burning question of who am I and what am I is because we don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to answer that question for ourselves first. So get what you need from those books, but I think what you should focus on for 2025 is learning how to strategize, learning how to critically think. And you can do this by reading the news, reading debate articles, reading persuasive speeches, watching those things as well. I mean, I know we have short attention spans around here, me included. So YouTube is good for that. Learn about the different schools of thought and ideologies and theologies. That will definitely give you a great place to start. Figure out who do you agree with. Look into how that thought shapes the world that they see. Number 6, there is no perfect time to do something or to try something. The only thing you will be left with waiting is regret. Do it now. And I can give my testimony on this as well. Since I knew what YouTube was, social media was, I was like, oh, I want to record videos. I want to make YouTube videos. Like, that looks so cool, so fun. And I have so much to say. I've always had something to say. I was a quiet child. And it's because I was like, I can't talk because I'm in a child's place. But wait till I can say something. So, there's no perfect time. And I feel like even now, me starting this, I have so many regrets of like, I could have been more authentic in what it is that I'm expressing if I express those thoughts in the moment. So there's so many things that I probably won't even do that I've wanted to do on social media for the simple fact that it won't be as authentic as it would have been 4 years ago had I shared the post, written the blog, made the video then. So what are you waiting on? And then another thing with not waiting is you're going to see so many people in positions that they don't deserve to be in, that you feel like you deserve to be in. And it's because they did the work and you didn't. And that's really just the only truthful answer as to why they're getting something you feel like they don't deserve and that you are more qualified for. I've seen it happen. I was like, her over me, but it's like, Kara, you never put yourself out there to ever be a choice. And if you're not a choice, people aren't going to know to check for you. Let's keep this steamboat rolling. Number 7. Only you can make you insecure. People can say things to you, people can try to pick at you, but it only works if you internalize it. So people's insecurities tend to lie around what makes them them. Like when we ask, how can we know that it's Carrie versus some other woman? The things that I'm insecure about is what makes me unique from the rest of the world, and you as well. So no one can make you insecure. Take those insecurities, let them marinate, and triumph in them because they are you. So for example, like I have acne prone skin, and it's never been a thing where it's like, oh, I'm insecure, I'm not gonna take photos, I'm not gonna go places, and I'm not gonna talk to people. It's skin. And I'm still that girl, okay? I'm still gorgeous. I'm still beautiful. And I've never had anybody ever really try to pick on me about my acne. And when they did, I was like, okay, and they looked very stupid. Because, like, you can't make me feel insecure about the things that make me me. Even though, honey, Accutane might be on the vision board for 2025 because I'm just over spending my money on it. Like, that's honestly the biggest burden that I have with it. And then the acne scars. But even still, I've been dealing with those since I've hit puberty. It's not a big deal. If you mess up, number 8. If you mess up, don't cause attention to it. Because only you know that you made a mistake. So, in 2019, I did a pageant. And I went up there and I was giving a speech. It was for my talent. I did a science experiment for my talent portion, and I was up there and I was like, I forgot everything that I was gonna say. So I started just going off the dome, honey. If I can find a clip, I'm gonna insert it. But people came up to me and was like, girl, you did your thing. Like the way you made the analogy from the science experiment that you were doing to like real world problems and self-worth. Like, you did your thing. And it's so crazy because I can't even remember what I said, but people today will still be like, what will you do with the science all around you, which was the last thing I said in my speech. And it resonated with so many people. Nobody knew that I forgot everything I was gonna say. I mean, now I guess if they're watching this video, but even still, like, no one knows your mistakes except for you. Thrive in them and come out of them, and take a deep breath. Number 8 or 9. Don't answer questions unless you know why they're being asked. People are so nosy, and people don't just want to get to know you most of the time, especially in like business settings. And I'm going to make a disclaimer after I say this, but know why they're asking you that question. So it's okay to say, I don't feel comfortable asking that question, or saying, why do you want to know? It's definitely okay to ask those things. But I say that to also say this. Everybody's not against you. There are some people that are plotting on you for sure, but everybody's not against you. Number 9, if you're going to talk about something, know what you're talking about. I had a brief run where I was just talking because I thought I was smarter than everybody. And I can't remember exactly what it was. And like those embarrassing moments you kind of put to the back of your mind. I was around family, so it wasn't too bad for me. I was talking about something, and somebody was like, no, that's not how that happened. And I was like, yes, it is. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they were like, go look it up. And I was like, you're right. And I didn't like that feeling. I don't like to be wrong. And most of the time now, I be right. So don't talk about something unless you know what you're talking about and you know the facts. There is value. Number 10. Jesus. At this point, I'm just gonna go. Number 10. There is value in not speaking. This is something I'm having to relearn in the workspace. It's just because somebody's sharing their business does not mean I need to share mine. Just because someone is sharing their opinion on another person does not mean I need to share mine. There is value in not speaking, and it will keep you out of trouble. Number 11, your can'ts are only in your head. Even if somebody tells you you can't do something or you shouldn't do something, or if it was them that they wouldn't do something, that does not mean that is truth for you. You only don't do what you believe you can't do. So believe that you can and try. And then if you can't, then at least you did it and you have no regrets. Because we don't do regrets around here, because it's big J for Jesus, the Savior of souls. Number 12, sorry should not be in your everyday vocabulary. I don't know where that came from or why it is a thing, but just saying, oh, sorry, stop. Because your existence is not a burden on time, space, and matter. Unless you truly made an error, you don't need to be saying sorry. Be accountable, yes. Be sorry, never. Your appearance matters, and it adds to your value. Growing up, my mom would be like, don't go outside with dirty socks, dirty drawers, because what if you have to go to the hospital? And I'm thinking, what are we about to do? Like, aren't we just going to grandma's house? Like, why do I need to be concerned if I'm going to the hospital? Mind you, I'm like 4 years old. My socks are mismatched. As long as they have flowers on them, I'm good to go. I'm going to play outside anyway. But that really instilled in me, you need to show up as the best presentable version of yourself. And I'm not even going to say the best version of yourself, but the most presentable version of yourself in that moment, in that time, in that space. And then also, I've recently been learning from my agency. Anytime I go into my agent's office, look presentable, because you never know who's watching you, who needs someone to do something for them. And you just may be a candidate if you show up looking ready to work. When you go to work, no sweatpants. I know that people feel like they should be able to dress however they want, wherever they want. No, there's a time and place for everything. Go to work looking like you're there to work. You don't have to put on a 3-piece suit or whatever the case may be, but you need to go to work looking like you're going to work. Let the little girl in you remain innocent and ignorant and bliss. The adult you has enough to figure out. I know there was recently like a trend of people saying they wanted to make the little girl in them proud. Yes, but also leave her be. She could have died and not had any angst about it. But because now that she's older and she's a grown woman, she's probably scared of death. Most people are scared of death. I'm working on not being scared of death myself. Um, but leave her be. Adulthood is already so challenging. You don't need to go back and realize that you're disappointing little you. Because 9-year-old me, I learned what the word obstetrics was, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna do that. Um, and then I saw my niece being born. I was like, oh yes, like. And then I read the book, the first part last. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna insert a clip of it here. It was such a good book, and that's when it all came full circle for me. I'm 26 and I haven't been to nobody's medical school. I did major in biomedical science, um, but I can't live my life now feeling like I disappointed 9-year old Carrie, because 9-year old Carrie was ready to go to law school too. I told my family I was going to go to medical school first, and then I was going to go to law school so I could be a medical lawyer. Dreams and aspirations, okay? Speaking of girlhood, there is a stage between being a girl and a woman, and I like to call that stage ladyhood. Thrive there. And I honestly still feel like I'm in ladyhood, where I'm figuring out what works for me, what looks good on me, what colors work for me. My favorite color is pink, but I don't look good in pink. This blue is gorgeous on my skin tone. Um, I like my nails square, but round works better for my natural nails because they don't break as fast as they are with square. So just figuring out the modifications. Um, it's okay to not have it all figured out. And I can think back to a time where I thought 26 was like grown. And when I turned 26, I started having a little bit of an existentialism crisis. But now I'm okay. Honey, I cut this hair off. I think that's the key. Cut the hair. Turn 26 and cut the hair. I did this on a whim Saturday. Today is Tuesday. And mostly because I was tired of looking at the brown in my hair, and I was looking at all the split ends, and I was like, what am I holding on to? Like, it's not, I don't look good like this. And I even like recorded a video of me washing, blow drying, and straightening my hair. And I was just looking at my ends like, what the? I can't even post this because my hair isn't where it needs to be. So I cut my hair and I feel so sexy. I feel so rejuvenated. I feel very sophisticated. Like, get into it. It's bouncy, it's full, it's shiny, it's a little tangled, but I look good. I feel good. I I'm here. Ladyhood, enjoy it. Experiment, learn things, do things, see the world. By all means, be you. That's what ladyhood is. Womanhood is for the rest of your life after that, after this point. Um, be a little lady. Intention means very little to people because all they can see is the result. So that does not mean that you have to change your intentions. Always lead with good intentions because that's going to get you very, very far. But be aware that you can intend good but do so much harm. Quality undergarments. Get you some panties that aren't plastic. I don't know how else to say it, but get you some panties that are not plastic. Get you some cotton drawers, okay? Um, get you a bra that you know the wire's not gonna start poking you after 3 wears. Get you a bra, wash it, and hang dry it so that it lasts a lot longer. Get you a couple matching sets so that you can feel good about yourself. You know, Whether somebody's seeing it or not, because we have to show up for us. 2025, we have to learn to show up for us. We have to do what makes us feel good. Modesty versus being put together. So I feel like women who are put together tend to come off as modest, but just because you're modest does not mean that you're put together. So if God has called you on your modest journey, by all means go for it. Lean into that, but being put together. So being put together, I would say, looks a little different for everybody. Every body type, every skin tone, every occupation is going to look a little different. And I think that it's important for that. So I don't have a full formula on how to be put together, but be clean, smell clean, and don't just smell clean, but be clean. I know I said be clean first, but then I said smell clean, so I don't want you to get it mixed up. That I don't want you to also be clean when you smell clean. Anywho, look like how you want to be remembered. That's what I got. That's the formula. Think about if someone so saw me like this, would I be okay with them seeing me like this? And that's why I don't post on social media, because it's one person. Like, if they saw this, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. And what was that? Number 15A. Don't care what people think about. Do you? But do it how you want to be remembered. Follow through, but know when to stop. There's a great book called Why Smart People Make Big Money Mistakes. Go read it. It's an excellent read, and it talks about different simple life scenarios where people should have just said, you know what, I'm going to quit investing in this. I used to live by the saying, I'm going to start what I finish. And I did for so long, and I was so burnt out. Now I'm going to do it. If it's not fruitful, I'm going to stop. Manage your money and quit stealing from older you. That's all I have to say on that. Quit taking out loans and credit card debt and putting the responsibility on older you. You need to take care of her as well. Her or him. It doesn't matter. Take care of them as well. Tread lightly with trends. I do believe in individuality, and I hope that it comes back very, very soon. Trends are great. They're fun. They're hip. They make you seem and feel like you're in the know, which is great, but keep your individuality. So just tread lightly with those trends. Work hard now so that you do not have to later. I know that there's been times where I'm like, I don't feel like going to work. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to write this paper, whatever the case may be, but I did it anyways because I knew in the long run I was going to have more. It was going to be more beneficial for me to have done it then than for me to put that on my future self. I know the retirement age currently is 65. I'm sure it'll keep going up. So I need to do everything I can now so that when I am to an age or to a physical point where I can't or just don't want to have to work a full-time job, that I don't have to. I'm taking care of older Carrie because she's going to be around a lot longer than the Carrie that's here now. I mean, even just that second that Carrie's not there anymore. The future Carrie is the one who needs lots of love. Don't stay where you're not wanted. There are so many people in the world. There are so many places in the world. Go where you're appreciated. And if it doesn't exist, build a space where you're appreciated. And I'm not saying that to say go have kids so that someone loves you. That's not the answer either. Coming from a woman with no children. That's all I got to say on that. Build your network. Meet people. If there's anyone who is thinking about college, whether you're traditional age or non-traditional age, the only thing that I have for you is go somewhere where you can network. Go somewhere that you can afford and meet as many people as you can. Meet everybody. From the teachers, the staff members, students, donors. Meet them all, because you never know who you need to know. Let that man do his thing. If you're included in his thing, he will let you know. Don't force your, that gets that kind of ties into don't be where you aren't welcome, but I mean the don't be where you aren't welcomed on a general level. When it comes to a man, don't don't tell him too many times what you want or what you need. He heard you if he's listening, and if he's not, then go find someone who will. Um, don't force yourself on anybody because that is called harassment. Date to find what you like, not to scratch an itch. hmm That is self explanatory. Yes. The clock starts when you're born and it ends when you die. You are on your own time. You are not on anybody else's time. My clock has been ticking for 26 years, and every moment, every minute counted towards that. So when we say life is short, it's really not. You have every second, you have every millisecond, every time that you inhale, exhale, breathe, think, speak, walk, look, see, that is part of your existence. Embrace it, enjoy it, and let it be filled with things that you actually want. Spend time with your family. I moved about, I haven't lived in the same vicinity of my family for the last, I feel like if I say 7 years, I believe it's been 7 years that I have not lived in the same city as my family. Um, Make time to go see them, make time to call them, FaceTime them, for them to come see you. Check on the people that you love because you never know. On that same note, cut off family um, if you need to and reconnect when you want to. There's a large sum of family members that I do not talk to. They don't have my number. I don't have their number. It's not necessarily like bad blood on my behalf. It's just simply they're not my kind of people. I can't benefit them in any way. Um, and it wouldn't be beneficial for me or them if we were in constant contact. No, this is going to be 26, but I have so many more written down that I want to share. And I'm going to actually try and loop the last couple ones together because they kind of tie in together. So, learn about everything you're interested in. Read, write, and learn the vocabulary. Love people for who they are. And if you don't love them for who they are, then leave them alone. Take internet advice lightly because people just be talking. And here I am. I'm not just talking. I mean all of this from the bottom of my heart. And I could sit here and go through a scenario with every one that I shared. I'm not going to do that because I want you to, again, think for yourself. Think critically. That was one of the first few ones that I shared. And I truly, truly mean that. Get some knowledge. That's the best thing that young you can do. If you're not 26, or even if you are 26, because I'm still learning, living, and loving. I'm still reading books. I'm still reading articles. I'm still experiencing things. I'm still meeting people. That's part of life. And we are so driven by a society that says money is going to give you everything that you need. And honestly, to a certain extent here in the physical, it may, but that's only because that's the construct that we believe in. If we quit believing in the construct of money, it won't mean anything. So you need to find what's going to mean something for you in every situation. Your principles and morals need to be timeless. So with that, I'm done rambling. I hope that you all learned something. Let me know below what's your favorite tip, or I guess there aren't really tips. What your favorite wisdom piece was. And I'm forgetting the most important one. Pray and read your Bible. If you're feeling empty, unsure, confused, God will bring you back to where you need to be. And if you don't know God, get to know Him. And I hope that I can continue to encourage you to get to know Him through my videos. I was wrapping this up. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy life to sit and learn. So share below what your favorite wisdom piece was, and if you have some wisdom for me as a 26-year-old, if you're older or younger, I'm open to everything. Please share below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. God bless you. Bye.